What's up, y'all? It's KB. And if you're like me, you're a movie lover too. So I love movies. Welcome to 2025 on this channel. Welcome to another conversation, another year. I plan to bring a lot more conversations to the channel as well as different things. We want to start a couple new series. We want to bring one or two back. Just today, I was talking to a few people about possible roundtables. I think I might put up a poll tomorrow morning and see what people want to do. I don't like this camera. I'm going to move it over here. Sorry. I'm on air. You don't need to see that. Boom. There you go. It's my channel. I can do what I want. Anyway, so we're going to bring back a couple of series. We're going to start a few new ones. The podcast is going to launch soon. So if you're someone who it likes to drive around and listen to the conversations, or you just feel like going back, I'm going to have a couple of audio only conversations as well. So just look on your favorite podcast for The Conversation Strikes Back with KB. I think that's the name I'm going to roll with for now. But starting with tonight, this is a long time coming. We were just joking about this. I have a fellow physical media collector, a movie lover himself. He is a TikTok sensation. We'll talk a little bit about the possible ban. You could see him on Instagram, anywhere that you see those short, funny videos. I love him. I love his stuff. Before I came down here, I was just going through all his reels, and my wife was sitting there saying, "He's funny." I was like, "Yeah, he's naturally funny." And if you don't know him, you will get to know Movies with Leo tonight. What is up, my man?
What up, man? A long time coming.
Yo, I was trying to figure it out. It was May, and then I think your birthday, so July.
Yeah, it was not. I don't want to say a whole year, but
Almost.
it was getting close.
It was getting close. It was getting close, but
Um,
we got you on here. We made it. We made it happen. Even a few minutes ago, it looks like the odds are against us, but we're
yeah.
here and we're rolling with it. So
Thank you
how?
for that.
Yeah.
First, thank you for that introduction, man. That was
hmm
that was awesome. I
It's true,
appreciate it.
bro. It's true. We were watching it. I connected my phone to the big screen and I was just like swiping up, swiping up. She's like, "Who is this?" I was like, "This guy that's going to be on the conversation tonight." And she's like, "He's funny." I was like, "Yeah, natural funny guy." And I like that. I like
Thank you,
it.
man.
She's on the
Appreciate it.
TikTok. I don't do the TikTok. I need to. But,
Uh,
she was catching all the music that you would use, the popular things like when $1 Million Baby. I was like, you know
yeah,
when this was. She was like, "Yeah, I know when this was popular." So, we went back that far. Most of your content from last year. So
yeah.
we'll talk about that.
I try to bring some of the TikToks into the Instagram, but
hmm
whoever knows what's
Yeah,
going on.
yeah, yeah. And there's a few people that do that, and I like to see their content. Um, you even mentioned Steelbook Obsessed, our friend Jake Boston, and he's one that's constantly putting out content. I love to
I
see it.
He's incredible, man. I don't
Yeah,
know how he keeps up with
yeah,
just posting every day.
yeah. I had a chance to meet him last year. We had a meetup in Iowa, of all people. So I met him. I met Corey from Wilkie's Movies and Music. Who else came out? A couple other people came out. Mel from My Killer Podcast came out. So it was a nice little hang. I'm really enjoying the meetups this. I would say the last couple of years. So it
That
was
is
really good
awesome.
to meet them.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
awesome to finally meet like the online friends and that
hmm
you kind of talk to just through the phone, and then you finally meet them in person. It's
Yeah,
something special.
yeah, and everyone pretty much is themselves, which I really like.
Yeah.
So I always like to start with a non-movie question. So we will start right there and just ask you like as far as, well, I guess it is movie related, but as far as like the streams and everything like that, like how did you get started with like just making the short content?
Um. Well, I always started on Instagram. Everybody, I feel like, started there and kind of
hmm
moved on to TikTok. And with Instagram, I feel like I couldn't express myself with the
Mm.
pictures.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of try to go out of my way and find a cool scenery and take a cool picture, but
Yeah.
I still felt like I couldn't express myself because people either see the picture, like it, and don't read the description. So you kind of don't know what's behind that picture.
Mhm.
So then TikTok came along and I started just showing my collection. I think people saw it in the background and they were like, "Oh, do you have this movie?" So I kind of just slowly started doing that.
Mhm.
And then I kind of just was like, I got ideas with songs, and I was like, maybe if I do it like related to movies, it kind of can work.
Yeah.
So I think there was like a song saying I'm broke or something like that, and
Yeah.
I added that, and everybody laughed because like I'm holding a whole bunch of movies, and yep, and it's
Yeah.
relatable. So then I started just kind of taking everything that's relatable to us collectors and just kind of being like, okay, well, if I have felt this way somehow, like someday, I
It's
know
so
someone
relatable.
else. Yeah,
It's so
I,
relatable.
I know someone else has spent the last few dollars on a
Mhm.
movie instead of
Mhm.
buying food or something, you know? So I kind of found those little relatable things and
Yeah.
slowly it just started building up.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
forgot to mention, welcome to everyone who's here in the chat, everyone who's
Hello.
lurking live, who's watching on the replay. We are never alone at the conversation, so we are joined by some people checking in on the chat. If you have any questions for Leo, movie related, go ahead and drop it in the chat as we have this conversation. Let's see who's in here before we go any further. We got Mama Blu-ray on the check-in. What's up, Bonnie? Happy New Year to you.
Hello.
We got Mr. Adrian James on the check-in. Happy New Year, sir. Steve, we got Steve Moody in the house saying hello to all. Who else? Big Rod is in here. Orlando, Maxi Funk in the house.
Ooh, dude,
Mr. Artwork himself.
I love his like artwork.
You
It's
got to.
amazing.
You got to. That's the homie too. That's
Enrique.
yeah.
Ooh.
Who else we got? We got Culture Trini in the house. Salute my man. What up, what up, what up, what up? We got Michael in the house saying hi to everyone. We got Princey. What is up, Prince? I love movies too. Let's keep it going, people. Watch Electra yesterday. Wasn't that bad? Yo, people were hating on that movie when it was first coming out. I'm glad because of like Deadpool and Wolverine. A lot of those Fox movies are kind of getting like a second
Yeah.
chance for people to check them out. So if you don't
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about, go watch Deadpool and Wolverine if for some reason you didn't already. But
Yes. No
yeah,
spoilers.
no spoilers. We don't do that here. We got Hollow Notes on the check-in. Hey, hey. We got Jeff, John Doe Juggalo, saying good evening. Good evening to you, sir. People talking back and forth. We got Gunchi. Happy New Year to you, sir. Good to see you. We got Ali on the check-in saying evening, everyone. A lot of people here. People come out for you, man. I like to see that. I like to see that.
Thank you for being here, guys.
I'm ready to be shocked by the popular movie you didn't like. We will get to the 5 takes at the end. So
Oh,
hopefully Leo still has his questions from the second and the first time we were supposed to do this. If not, I'll drop it in the private chat. You got a few minutes to review.
hold on. I gotta just get.
We got Acres of Movies saying hello. Thanks to you. Thanks for checking in. People saying hi. Do. We got Corey talking about someone I met in 2024. What is up, my friend? Who else? We got some questions rolling in. I'm just gonna put these to the side. We'll come back and ask Leo in a few minutes. Just want to see who else is here. Some good questions. People saying hi. Boom, boom, boom. Prince says you're handsome. Que
Oh,
lindo.
thanks.
uh, oh, that's another question. Weird questions, but we'll roll with it. We'll roll with
shout
it.
out, shout out to Enrique. I see you in the chat. Welcome.
Yeah. We got Frank. I was just watching your latest video. He went to Barnes and Noble for the half price Arrow sale. I waited,
Oh,
man. I waited and I'm glad I did. And one of your videos, for a matter of fact, when you're looking for something in your collection, you're like, yo, I thought I had that already. And then you look, I'm like, I swear I got the 4K of Trick or Treat when Arrow dropped it. And I'm looking
Yeah.
for it. And then I'm like, oh, I must have ordered it during the Barnes and Noble sale. And I looked at my receipt, it's not there. I'm like, I thought I ordered it. So I got a few bonus points from Barnes and Noble. So I'm gonna
There
see
you
if I can pick that up. Yeah,
there you go. That's all we do. We use points.
points. If you're not getting points, you're robbing yourself pretty much.
Enrique.
There's Enrique. Uh, Rod has questions too. We'll come back to it. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Mexi Funk is the man. That is mi gente right there.
Killing
Um,
it.
let's see. A lot of questions from makers of movies, so we'll come back to them. We got Mika in the
Ooh.
house. What is up? Happy New Year to you and Kira as well. Let's see. Oh man, we got to make that happen, Jeff. I would really like to shake your hand someday, KB. You know what? We will make that happen. We will. For sure, for sure, for sure. And we got Movie Hunter in the house. What is up? King of the Steelbooks right there. So
Ooh.
if you don't know, you need to know Movie Hunter because he's got quite the collection. I think, is it still official, Movie Hunter? Every US Steelbook, Blu-ray and 4K?
Damn.
Put it in the chat. Let us know. Let us know if that record still stands.
That
Talking
is
about spending
insane.
too much money. Um, I know you're like me. If you can't catch something day one, you're a big user of this service. So, if you had to guesstimate, how much money would you say you've personally saved using Whatnot?
Okay, so I went into a rabbit hole with Whatnot, and I spent way too much the first 2 weeks in
Hmm.
that app.
It happened.
But yeah, I spent a lot. I think it was mostly I like to complete collections, so it was mostly kind of just completing. Let's say I'm missing number two of the Meet the Fuckers or something,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
yeah. So anything like that, kind of to complete the collection. It wasn't nothing too crazy,
yeah.
but there is people that do sell like Shout Studio 4Ks and stuff.
Hmm.
And the thing is, once you start bidding and it just starts going up, I'm like, at this
Just
point, it's not even.
competitive.
Yeah, at this point, it's a $20 4K. You're paying like $30 because someone's out bidding you.
Sometimes depending on who the person is, they might say, "All right, this is more than it's worth," and they might pull the auction if they're
Mm,
nice. But sometimes you're like, "Oh man, I think it was Terrifier 3. I was on one and it was an opportunity to get it like before the drop date." So I'm
oh,
like, "Okay, I'm not going to pay what I could walk into Walmart and pay." But if
mm,
you consider tax and shipping and everything, you got to bid low because by the time you get like, especially if it's just one or two purchases, 4 or 5
yeah.
bucks for shipping, you're gonna get caught out there. So
There was I
there's a
saw,
technique to it.
yeah, there is, and I saw Sleepaway Camp one with the
Ooh.
slip cover and everything, and I the first bid was $1, like everyone, and just it got up to like 100 something. Like I was just no,
Hmm.
like I can't do that.
Yeah, we one of the channels that I follow had an auction for just somebody who was sick. They were doing things and they were selling a couple copies of Dogma Blu-ray. I know you got yours,
Mhm.
and same thing. It started at $1, and then it just started. It was like a ticker just rolling up. I think they
Yeah,
ended up like 152 for it.
it
That's
just
like twice, but it was for a good cause. But it was like
yeah,
twice of what you could get on like eBay for it. But still, that's
exactly.
too much. That's
No,
too much.
yeah, and I mean, if what I like is the stacks that they
Yeah,
show the
$2
movie,
back.
and you can kind of pick the movies. They pull it out for you, and then you pay for a whole stack.
Yeah.
That works for me because you're kind of, if you're the first one to call it out, then you're kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
And you know
yours.
what price you're paying. It's not like
Yeah,
I was only going to bid 10 and now you're at 52.
yeah,
So it is
Exactly.
official. Movie Hunter is still up to date.
Nice.
All US Blu-rays and 4Ks on Steelbook.
That is insane.
Yeah, an impressed Enrique here. And yeah, I dabble in imports, but not too often. Yeah.
Once you start doing overseas, it gets
Yeah,
expensive.
it's true. Like a couple of people got region free players like the last couple of months, especially like with LG saying that they're not making players. It was a great time to get
Yeah.
like a second or secondary player. I know right before that I scored a Panasonic UB 820 and I said,
Damn.
you know what? Instead of getting like a separate region free player, I'll just do the hack. For most of the things that I import, like I'll import Second Side, Ara,
Yeah.
some Eureka, like big things, not like smaller labels. So I said that should do the trick. And then it was like the next week LG made that announcement. So, but
You
once
gotta
you get region free, it gets dangerous.
you gotta teach me that hack though, because I have a 4K player, but
It's only I think it's only with the Panasonic 820, and also it works. Somebody told me it works for the new 420 that they just put out. But we'll definitely talk afterwards on that.
because I
There's
thought,
always something to learn.
yeah, I thought the PS5 was gonna be region free and stuff, but no.
Hmm. A lot of people thought that too. That's for sure. Oh, my bad. He said, don't forget the DVD steals.
Damn, even those.
123 of them. Now you're just flexing on us, bro.
I know, man. Let me put away this collection. Damn.
I know. I like watch me burn my collection just so you know. Oh, for those of you in the chat, I said I'm actually gonna do this really quick. I'm gonna make a little banner here. Because I said I would put this up in a banner and I did not make the banner before we started. So I'm gonna make this banner and I'm just gonna pop it up so then Leo could see it and he could get a good chuckle out of this. While you're in here and you're adding to the chat, please go ahead and recommend a good French starter film for him because
Swear to God, every
it's like a
freaking
block for
person.
him. Everyone drop a good first time getting into French movies for him because I mean there's some good ones.
Oh,
I'll even pick one off the shelf for you. Hold on.
damn. Every time I do questions on my story, everybody asks, well, someone, it's the same person, I feel like, says, "What is your favorite French movie?" And I always reply with, "I don't know. The only one I've seen is which one is it? I don't even know. Was it Good Mommy or is that Russian?
I
Good
think that
night,
was that was like some other
good
language.
night, Mommy.
Yeah,
This one.
yeah. I think that was like Norwegian or something like that. I don't
Oh,
remember. But I will recommend this. This is a Criterion. This one is called Le Samurai. He's
The
not a
Samurai.
samurai, but what he is he's a hitman. So it's like an action film. It
Okay,
just so happens to be in French.
it's on
So
4K too. Dang.
yeah, it's a Criterion 4K. The only reason it's not open is because I still have the older version, and that even has a different cover. You don't see that much from Criterion these days either. So,
I have a friend that has all his criterions sealed. Every single one. I,
I have one.
well, the thing is, he if he has like a Blu-ray or a DVD of that movie, he
Hmm.
keeps it sealed.
Hmm.
It's I don't yeah. We made him open one, and then he regretted it for doing.
Weird. That is strange. So I'm just gonna keep this running at the bottom here while we continue. So there you
That's
go. I'm just going to keep that running in case anybody comes into the chat afterwards. They're going to see that. Recommend a good French starter film for Leo.
dude. I swear it's the same person asking me the same question every
So it's
time.
like a running joke, right?
At this point, I think it is. Or he expects me to already have watched a few, and then
Mm.
he'll be like, "Oh, what is it?" I'm like, "I haven't seen anything yet."
My man Culture Trini here says you can also chip your Blu-ray player and that way you would have a region-free Blu-ray, and you could switch it from region A for US and Australian disc and all that, Canadian disc, and then switch it to
Mm.
2 for B for all the UK and German and French films that you wanna
Mm.
watch. So, there's different ways to get dangerous, bro. Don't tell your girl that I encourage this.
She's
Um,
gonna watch this and then she's gonna be like, "What the hell are you buying from UK?"
for me, so not me. It's not me. It was just a running joke that I caught wind of, and we just decided that we're gonna go with it. We already got some coming through.
I
This
know, I'm
is
seeing a
also a
few.
good one here, Criterion Spook Says Lahane. That's a good one. Swimming
Inside, is that
Pool.
a horror one, Ellie? There's some.
If it's Ali, it probably is. Umbrellas of Cherbourg. If you've seen La La Land, it borrows heavy from that movie.
Okay.
Um, Mommy
Oh,
is Austrian. Okay, thank you, Holland.
uh,
Oh, yeah, American Werewolf in Paris. That's the sequel. Terrible. Lost Bullet 1 and 2. Okay. Another one for Swimming Pool. Inside. That
hmm,
probably is. Eyes Without a Face. That's an older one.
okay. I'm trying to think of the one that I always pick, but I honestly don't remember.
Hmm.
I think I always look it up on Google and I'm like, okay, it's this one.
Yeah. Just
Uh,
keep it nearby for when they ask you.
yeah.
Trini says that he chipped his 3D Blu-ray 8 years ago and still going strong. It must have been a Sony player. Those old Sony players, man, you could put a bullet through them and they still spin. The new ones now, trash, hot
Oh,
garbage, terrible. We got my man, brother Dell in the house saying, "What's up? Thanks for stopping
what
by."
up?
Yeah, you could, the old PS3s, you could change your region and they let it do it 3 times, but I got more than 3 movies, bro. So that's the only thing is I would change it to region B and just leave it. So,
Did
uh,
you put a Did you put a story on Instagram to let people know we're here or no?
yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
did this morning.
Did you put a time on it?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yesterday I didn't, but I did today.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a Sony. It was a Sony. Good. Um, Ali liked American Werewolf in Paris.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's interesting. But talking about funny things, I know, like I said before, naturally funny guy, but what do you think about the state of comedy movies today as a genre?
Uh, I miss the old comedies of okay, one of my favorite comedies is White Chick. I don't care if you guys hate White Chicks. White I will die with that being my favorite movie ever.
It is
uh
funny. It is
while
funny.
and that type of humor you can't find that anymore.
Mm-mm,
People
mm-mm.
get canceled for it. Tropic Thunder. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. Come on,
You
like
can't do that anymore.
anything like that that's kind of edgy. It just doesn't feel we have that anymore, and it kind of sucks.
It's true. And you said the magic word right there, canceled. People are afraid of getting canceled. They're afraid of
Yeah,
their movie, being shunned or panned for that reason. Um, I don't
yeah.
know. I
It's
think the last one that it wasn't even that the movie was funny, it was just that they took risk where was the interview. And I
ooh,
mean, that
yeah.
was still a while ago. And now we get like one, maybe two
Well,
comedies a year, like that Jennifer
yeah,
Lawrence movie last year or the year before.
yeah. That is true. I think This Is the End came out after an interview, didn't it?
I don't remember.
And that was very edgy too. I feel like
Yeah.
that's like around that era, or Hangover,
Mhm.
around that time. That's kind of like the last few that you start seeing.
Yeah. But even then, I remember when The Hangover came out, and of all people, my wife went to see it before me. Her and her girlfriend just went to see it, and she's like, They don't make movies like this anymore." Because we grew up in the '80s, when
Oh, yeah.
comedy and horror, anything went. So it was like you could get an Eddie Murphy comedy, and you could have like really edgy stuff, and you could have really experimental horror movies, and it's not the same anymore.
Did you watch Y2K?
No, I saw when you went to the movies to see it. What did you
That
think?
that one was, it was kind of edgy. It was kind of there. Like
Mhm.
they did say a few things, but it kind of brought back that comedy horror type of vibe.
Yeah,
And I was laughing kind of without expecting. Like I was just kind of, I walked in kind of just like, it's gonna be okay. But no, I
yeah.
laughed throughout the whole movie.
That's cool. That's cool. I
Yeah.
gotta check it out. My 2024 movie watch list is slowly coming down. Like, right before the New Year's, I watched, like, about 10 movies from that year that I just never
Mhm.
caught up on, and I still have more. One that I know you like, I caught up with Conclave,
Oh,
and
that
that
one was good.
surprised me. I was surprised that I liked it that much, but it was a pretty good watch.
Yeah.
Um,
It
Heretic, I could see again. I really love that movie.
Yeah, that was incredible. I That's the one that kind of left me like just thinking about it.
Same,
Like,
same.
uh,
It's like days later, and I'm thinking about, like, one little part to it, and I'm like, "But how?
yeah.
Huh?" And then it got surreal. How?
Uh,
So
yeah, and I didn't put Nosferatu
Mhm.
on my
Who
top
knew?
10, but I still think about it. That's one that I'm still like, I just don't know how I felt. Like
Yeah.
I felt mellow about it, and I don't know.
For me, it was technically sound. Like, everything visual, artistic about it was great, but the story just I mean, the first one, if you watch a silent film, it's not like it had, like, crazy action or rise in action or,
Hmm.
like, scary horror stuff. For back then it was, or even, like, the remake in the '70s, but at the same time, it was over, and then I just felt like it didn't go anywhere. I just felt
Yeah,
kinda like, "Eh," but
yeah, that
everything else was excellent. I said, like, the backgrounds were almost like moving paintings, like
yeah,
the
it
way it was
was.
drawn and dark and murky and gothic, but at the same time, I was like, "Is this going somewhere? What's gonna be new?" There was no
Yeah,
new element to it.
yeah,
So
and I finished watching and I was sitting there and I was like, okay, that happened. Like
yeah,
my
what's lunch?
it was like a mellow reaction, and my friend's like, "What you think? What you tell me?" I'm like, I mean, it looked incredible. It was
Mhm.
very well acted, but I don't know. Like I don't have a feeling for it.
Yeah.
It just happened.
And I saw
Yeah,
it twice. You would think I got something more out of it. I just got more of the dialogue because the
yeah.
first time I saw it, the theater was kinda so-so, but then I
Uh,
went to see it in a better theater, and it seemed like it had better sound to it, so I got more of the dialogue because he had that funky accent to begin with,
yeah.
and then, but it didn't look brighter. It was still kinda, like, murky and whatnot, but
Hmm. Yeah.
let's check
Yeah.
back in the chat. Another one, Incendies. I saw that a while ago. That was interesting. I like that one. Trini said, "Comedy is dead." Yes, I said dead. It is, unfortunately, as far as, like, being a mainstream genre that, uh, you get into all the different ones. Yeah, it is. Favorite comedy is Dumb and Dumber. That's a good one.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you guys are not subscribed to Leo, especially on Instagram and TikTok, please go and do that right now. The reels, sometimes I'm just like flying through reels, and then I'll come to one of his, and I just gotta stop and laugh.
Thank
I
you.
or I do this. I'll swipe up and then I'll swipe back down again to watch it again. Start it over from the top. There we go. So I
Yeah.
do that all the time.
Thank you.
Definitely go and subscribe to him in
I
the
do
story
have
section.
a YouTube channel too, but
Mhm.
maybe this will get me started posting on there.
Yeah, it's a I you know, you have, well, like, what, 3 minutes now on YouTube Shorts? You could do a nice little movie review in 3 minutes. So,
Oh
if
yeah.
you go to the theater, I know you got a multiplex by you. You come out, you do a out of the
Mhm.
theater reaction, boom, you got some YouTube Shorts. And then
Okay.
it's different content than what you would post on, like, Instagram and TikTok, you know?
Yeah, because my videos got a little bit longer on Instagram
Mhm.
because I've been wanting to do reviews and
Yeah.
stuff. But
Yeah, do that, man, like Wu-Tang Financial said, you gotta diversify.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we got some love for white chicks from Orlando. Yeah, it's funny when Terry Crews starts doing the Vanessa Carlton song, I lose it every time. Every time.
Uh,
Michael says you need to watch more comedies, suggest black and white comedies, more shocking comedies from the 70s, spoofs, 80s. Yeah, it was fun back then.
I love Lori and Larry and Lori. What it was the the skinny and Chub.
Oh, Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
guy.
physical comedy. It's
Dude,
it's nothing like that. Them, Three Stooges. You don't have stuff like that anymore.
I love Three Stooges
Me
all the
too. I
time.
grew up on that stuff, man. Comedy is hard to do when you can't make fun of anything anymore without backlash. Facts. Facts. We got Samantha in the house. She said took a hot minute to realize where you live. I got to learn to read. Okay. We didn't even talk about that, but roll with it.
Oh, it's
uh,
Samantha. I know Samantha.
Hangover. I was going to ask you a question about that, but we already discussed that off here. We don't need to revisit it. Hangover. Scooby Doo. Okay. Another fan of the Hangover.
Hangover is
Nice.
great.
Nice. More questions from Acres of Movie. I think Acres of Movie should just do an interview with you. He has more questions than I do. So I'm just starring them. I'm up to like 16. So
Oh, you have. Oh, you're adding questions. Oh, I just realized that.
entirely different set of characters would improve Clueless. Oh, he thinks it's overrated. Interesting. Laren, good evening, sir. Always fun to see you.
Hello.
Uh yeah, there's like 17 questions from Acres of Movies. I think you should just do like a podcast or like have your own interview with him. Michael says, I don't think comedies that there's comedies every month, but are they good comedies?
That is true.
Mm,
That's the other thing. What's the last edgy comedy, like stand-up comedy, that you felt like they pushed the
true.
limit?
Like even Jamie Foxx's latest one, I saw it on Netflix, and it was a sermon. I mean, dude was near death, but it was more of a sermon than like a comedy special.
Well, the thing for me also was Matt Riff. If you see Matt Riff, the
Hmm.
his comedy is edgy, and for him, I know people keep like trying to cancel him for things he says in his comedy, but
Yeah,
he shows that he doesn't care. He's just like,
yeah. But I think the majority of people are not like that, and that's the problem. They're afraid of being canceled. And the
yeah,
whole thing is, if I'm doing stand up, anything I say is a joke, and
yeah,
anybody is, like you're all in the firing range. You could all get it. So that's the whole thing about stand up comedy. If you don't
mhm.
get it, go back, learn from the masters. Comedy is still alive. I witnessed it when I went to see Sonic 3. Jim Carrey still got it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he wants to
He's
hang it up.
he's funny.
Magic Hands, what's up, my man? Thanks for stopping in.
Magic
Uh
hands.
Talking about Clueless. Jennifer Love Hewitt in Clueless would have been better, maybe. That's an interesting perspective.
Never seen Clueless. I know.
Hear No Evil, See No Evil, one of the great comedy duos. Okay. Um Talking about those imports. And this is not going to be all collector talk, but we are collectors. So I picked this up from Indicator, which you don't need a region-free player to see, but it's Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, same people who are in Hear No Evil, Speak No Evil, or See No
Mhm.
Evil. 3 of their movies that they did together. Actually, no, it is there. Boom! See No Evil, Hear No Evil. That's the name of it. Stir
Okay.
Crazy and Another You. 3 of their comedy movies together. You can see the original posters in the back right
Okay.
there. Funny, funny movies. And I got 2210 out of 6,000. So there might be still copies available depending on who you use, Orbit, Diabolic Grindhouse, whoever you use, or Atomic Movie Store right here in Kansas.
Mhm.
So yeah, check it out.
I'll
Great,
definitely
great
check
movies,
those
great
out.
set. Don't tell the girl I'm making you spend money.
I already had to mute you. Just kidding.
It's not my fault. I'm just showing what I got.
And that note, let me show you.
Bring back physical comedy. It's my favorite. It's so good. It is
Dude,
so good.
that's why I love Home Alone. just because of the physical comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the best.
Oh, Acres of Movie is Stacy. I am female. Hello, Stacy. Thanks for joining us.
Hello,
There you
Stacy.
go.
How old is Rat Race? I love Rat Race.
So do I. Not enough people talk about it. Wonderful cast, hijinks. That's the word I think of when I think of Rat Race. Just straight hijinks.
I think of little Kakadogis.
I I I I have 3 kids, and of course, I raised them on music and movies especially. So, like, I used to tell them, "If you're gonna make me listen to your Justin Bieber, you're gonna listen to Rick James or Prince, and you better have an opinion about Prince and Michael Jackson and who's better and what's
Oh,
your favorite songs and all that. And if you're gonna make me listen to One Direction, then you gotta tell me Beatles or Stones, and you gotta understand who Marvin Gaye was and all this stuff." And same thing with movies, quotes left and right. So from Rat
mhm.
Race, I would always say, "It's a race, it's a race."
No, mine is we're hauling ass. It's so great.
Uh,
Uh,
oh, okay. Samantha was talking about finding a channel where the stream was live.
uh,
Gotcha,
sorry.
gotcha. Silver Streak, another good movie. Nice.
I
I'll
didn't
put
post a
that stream
story.
down.
I feel bad. I feel like I need to post a story
It
so more
is
people.
all good. It is all good. Most people catch it on the replay too.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
other thing. And I think I might make this into one of my audio only podcasts. It all depends.
Oh,
It
nice.
all depends. Let's say, yeah, Rat Race with Mr. Bean. So
Yes.
funny. So funny. Damn, you gonna make me wanna go and watch that movie. I
I
got it,
know,
like,
man.
right over I know exactly where it is, right down there,
Once you
right
start
down there.
talking about it, you want to go watch it.
Yeah, just going back to Home Alone for a minute, the thing about it is that it mixes the tenderness of the Christmas story with the unbelievable of how that man afford that house and to take all those people on that vacation with old school type of physical comedy.
Ooh,
When the burglars get to the house, it's old school. And I know Dell's in here. He hates that movie. Uh, but I love the fact that it uses physical comedy so well.
yes.
Uh,
The
love for the
other
Rat Race.
one, Home Alone 3. I love the physical comedy in that. I know it's not the
Oh,
greatest Home Alone,
yeah,
but the
yeah.
whole the physical comedy in that movie is perfect and just hilarious.
Yes, 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 yes.
Like
Uh,
when he gets electrocuted, he falls back and all the bullets start going out of his, like it's just so many things that happen in one moment. But
yeah.
I love it.
Enrique says it here. So many subtle little details in Home Alone. And the thing is, it's because it's a Christmas movie. You'll watch it year after year, and you pick up different things.
Yeah.
You definitely pick up different things.
Uh, have you seen Baby's Day Out?
Yes, because my kids were little at that time, so they actually had like from a young age they had kind of like it was my movies, but they had their own movie collection area of
Okay.
like everything from clamshell Disney VHS tapes to like DVDs, and as I got older and Blu-rays started popping up, like I think like the first Blu-ray they had was High School Musical 3 because that was the way the format came, and then
Okay.
like the One Direction concert and all this stuff, or maybe it was Jonas Brothers, I can't remember, but you know that was their age range. So yeah, I remember Baby's Day Out because that was one of the movies that they would watch all the time.
Again, that's an awesome physical comedy too.
Yes. Oh man. um
You start thinking about these movies and it just makes
yeah,
you laugh, right?
and that's what happens. You remember something and it pops in your head and you just gotta just straight up laugh. You gotta straight up laugh. Oh great. I tapped into Allie's love language here. High School Musical 3, One Direction, Jonas Brothers. See, Allie, you could be my
Hey,
daughter.
Allie, I have all those movies. All right.
You could be my daughter. Here's another one. Mad, Mad, Mad World. Yeah. That's old school, but it's same kind of rat race hijinks
Okay, I
for
need to
sure.
watch that because I have not seen that. I'm gonna write a whole list of movies here because of you guys.
Oh, well, you could also rewatch it and go through each one.
Yeah.
I got another question for you. So, as I said, I watch your videos all the time, and you spoke about it a few minutes ago about like you had a group of videos showing off your collection, and people always say like, "What's your actual number?" I'm not going to do that. That's too easy of a question. I will go with this more challenging one. Why do you hate the collection apps?
Oh my god, they're so
Why you
annoying,
hate
man.
them? Why you hating?
One by one. Okay, this is the thing. Once you get to a certain number and you haven't done the apps, do you feel you want to go back and scan every single one? I can't. Dude,
I
you know what I do? I take a
Mhm.
picture of the collection, and when I'm out, I zoom in to see if I have it.
What if something's out of place, or I saw the video with the little one and putting stuff away for you on the shelves. You're gonna go to take a picture, and the Z's are gonna be in the V's, and it's gonna be out of order.
Dude, it happened to, I think it was Hitch.
Mhm.
I found it at a pawn shop or something, and it was like $1, and I was like, oh, I'll buy it. And I get home,
And you got hit.
and I had it, and it was somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I have, like, a box over there of what I call upgrades and duplicates. It's like same thing. I'm on Whatnot, and they're like, "Oh, it's $1," and I'm like, "Alright, I'll get it." And then it gets here, and I go to put it away, and I'm putting it away right next to the copy I already own, and I'm like, "Alright, which one has a better case? Which one is not scratched?"
Oh, does this one come with a slip cover or not?
Mhm. Let me take the slip off, put it on the other one. But,
uh,
or my daughter, she gets all my upgrades, so if I go DVD to Blu-ray, Blu-ray to 4K, she gets the previous one. And
okay.
she's like, "Well, I'm starting to buy my own Blu-rays." Like she saw some movie on Netflix and decided that she needed to own it. Feast of the Seven Fishes. I know Bob from Bob's Blu-ray also likes that movie as well, so she actually bought the Blu-ray. And we share a movie that we love in common, which is Amadeus. And the funny thing is,
Oh,
she owns it. I don't. So I told her, I said, the 4K is coming out.
I
And she's
know.
like, I was like, "You better get your own because I'm gonna get my own this time." So we're gonna have two 4K copies of Amadeus in the house.
Hey, that's my mom's favorite movie. So
Just a good choice.
yeah, and I have. She bought it. Oh shoot, sorry. She bought it. She
Not a movie
watched it.
spoiler.
Yeah, it's. I just there's a lot here going on. Okay.
Bro, I know. I'm looking at my desk and I'm like, I got more stuff to put away, and I just did that the other day.
I know. And the thing, okay, if you do content and studios start reaching out and stuff like that, once you start getting those movies from studios, it becomes very hard to keep track on putting stuff away.
Mhm.
Very hard. And I have piles and piles of movies that I still need to put away, and I'm running out of space.
I have a personal question about that because
Hmm.
I've seen I don't wanna discount it and call it hate. I've seen jealousy about people who get review copies and all that stuff.
Hmm.
I'm assuming you don't get any, you don't see any in the comments, anything like that?
Uh, okay, so I think I said this in another. What's his name? I keep forgetting his name. I did a YouTube thing, a YouTube live with someone else, and
Mhm.
when I first started doing content, I would be I felt like people that would get stuff was not a real collector.
Hmm.
I felt like we're spending our earn like money, and we're kind of like going out there trying to get the last one and try to like. And I just felt like whoever was receiving movies, it felt like they weren't a real collector. They just you're getting it for free. It's not you're
Right.
not really collecting. And there's people that get massive, massive amounts of movies, and
Yep.
damn well they're not watching those. you know, damn well they're just putting on the shelf and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, But once I started doing content and once I started seeing how hard it is to do content, I kind of felt like this is a way of me getting paid, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I'm showing their product and they can't pay me for showing their product, but they're giving me their product for free. So,
There.
and I do get that. I do get that hate. Like, oh, I just got I think it was Deadpool and Wolverine or something. I
Yeah.
just got it, and someone was like, "Oh, you don't have to pay $60 like all of us and something like that." Because I think it was $60 on Amazon for the
But you made
steelbook
a
or something.
video complaining about it too, so it's not
Yeah,
like you're feeling it just like we are because it sets a bad precedent for people who wants to get
yeah.
those collector editions, and it's, 45,
And I'm
60,
telling you,
65.
we're entering that era of physical media being rare, and
Mhm.
we're entering to that point that I think I saw the Willow steelbook on Amazon for $60.
Yeah.
Like
Once again,
what?
Disney.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I didn't receive that one. Again, I don't receive everything.
Right.
I had Sony sending me stuff, but they didn't like the way I was showing the movies, so they kind of just stopped sending me
Disney and
stuff.
Sony, very finicky,
Yeah.
very finicky. I did a review, a print review of, a movie that they had out, and
Mhm.
I requested, you could do the request, and I
Yeah.
requested the 4K, and they sent me the Blu-ray. So I
Hmm.
reviewed the Blu-ray copy, and
Hmm.
I just made sure to say, "And if you got the 4K, you would get these additional things." Just
Yeah.
like their copy would say the same thing, but I was saying it in a condescending way because,
Yeah.
you know, that was
And
the last Disney movie I got. And Sony sent me Madam Web, and like most other people, I was not kind to that movie, and I don't expect to get anything from Sony again.
well, that's the thing with Sony. I think the last movie I got from them was Madam Web, and I requested the 4K. Everyone else received the 4K. I didn't receive it. I received the Blu-ray, and all I did was like, "This is coming out this day." Nothing else. I didn't say anything. I just pretty much said, "This is coming out." That's it.
Mhm.
And that was it. That was the last time I got an email from them. Those,
Yep.
and I was like, I'm not gonna beg. I'm not gonna. If they want to contact me again, they can. But I'm not.
Yeah.
And do you know High Def Ninja?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
love
he
my
sends.
Steelbook collection.
Yeah, he sends me steelbooks all the time, and the way I told him, I was like, "Hey, I'm doing a comedy with the showing off the movie. I hope you like it."
Yeah.
And he said he loved it, because I would do like a comedy showing the movie and do like a comedy skit with it, and he
Yeah.
would be like, "Yeah, that's hilarious. You're putting attention to the movie that you're holding,
Yeah.
and you're kind of yeah." So
And it's different from everyone else who's just like, "Coming out next
yeah,
week on blah, 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 blah," or "Out now at Walmart, blah, 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 blah."
yeah,
And
and I
not
think
to say I don't
yeah,
know.
and I think he sent me the Ocean's 11 4K steelbooks, and I did like me putting gas, try and put the gas with the steelbooks inside, and like when you spend your money instead of yeah, and he loved it and everything, and that's kind of what I kind of want to bring
Mhm.
to when they send me stuff, but some
Yeah.
studios are very strict to what they want, and yeah,
Yeah.
but
Prince has one question for you,
no,
which is
just
rare
kidding.
for Prince.
What's
Who
up?
would win in a fight, John Wick or Rambo?
John Wick because he knows fighting. Rambo just knows how to shoot a gun.
There you go. That's your answer. Hoping for a steelbook for Amadeus. That would be special. Um, Never seen Amadeus, but used to love the song "Rock Me Amadeus." Not in the movie. Let's see. Yeah, this is my point of this. You earn the movie by helping them promote it, and that's what people don't seem to understand. It's
Yeah,
whether it's a review that you're writing for print, or if you're doing content on it. It's not you showing it to your, I'll say, less than 1,000 followers. It's you showing it to your thousands of followers. So what they're doing is they're they're not buying you, but what they're doing is they're tapping into your audience through you,
Yeah.
because it's your audience that sees the content and they may go to Walmart or go on Amazon to order it. That's how I see it. That's how I
Well,
see it.
the biggest one that I got last year was the Gladiator 2 bag.
Mhm.
And I told her, I was like, "Hey, I don't promote digital copies." And she's like, "Well, it's a great opportunity for you." And I'm like, "All right, just send it over."
Yeah.
But like my whole thing is like physical media, physical media. And when they sent me that, I was like, I'm tapping into something else other than I'm getting other things that I never expected I would get. And that could lead up to red carpet invitations or anything like that. So I
Right.
kind of just took the risk and I was like, I'll just do it.
Yeah, and the whole thing is things lead to other things, and that's how you
Yeah.
have to see it. And best believe when that 4K comes out, I'm sure you're gonna get the Gladiator 2 4K, so it
I
all
hope so.
depends on how you work it.
Yeah.
A couple of comments here on this. Anything Sony releases for Disney will have a surcharge attached to it. Very true. And Trini says, I don't hate people that get free movies. I hate that people that get free movies and sell it and only do favorable reviews. I know about that. And my whole thing is they're also, when you're doing, it's one thing if you're doing it for promotional content, but when you're doing a review, it is almost, if you have any, it is your journalistic morality to give an honest review. If
Yeah.
the movie sucks but the content is great, the special features, the transfer, whatever, you need to say that. But like Madam Web, it's not like anything was of value and the movie
Yeah.
was bad. So yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you on that for sure, for sure. Um,
Yeah.
people
And
talking
again,
about other.
I have been sent like I have multiple copies of a certain movie. Like they can send me the steelbook and then get I have the Blu-ray already.
Hmm.
I just do giveaways. If I don't need that copy, I ask the person who sent it to me. He's like, "Hey, can I do a giveaway?" And if they're
Yeah.
fine with it, then yeah,
One time I got a movie for review, and it was for a print review, and they said, would you like another copy for a giveaway, or would you just like to do a giveaway and give us the address as we'll send it out? So I did like a 5 movie giveaway, and the funny thing is I got 5 winners. Congrats. Sent the addresses on to the marketing company. I never got a copy to review.
damn.
Everybody else got their copies. Yo, I got my copy. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the hookup. And then I'm like, I didn't even get one.
I know there was a I think it was the Resident Evil collection from Sony that came out with the steel
Hmm.
books and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
And they were like, "Are you wanting to do a giveaway for it?" Not even trying to send me a copy. And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll do a giveaway." And then and then I got another email saying we can't send you a copy because they're limited or something. And I was like, okay, then
that
what's the
happens.
point of me doing the giveaway? I need to show it to them,
Yeah,
and like show what's coming and what's. And they
yeah,
finally decided to send me a copy, and then I had to do a giveaway, and then they send the other copy to the other person.
yeah. It all depends on how you're doing the marketing too. If it's content
Yeah,
like what you're doing, you need the physical copies. Sometimes
yeah,
I got white labels, like from MBD. I get white labels sometimes, and I'm like, I don't care because it's to review the content of the disc, not to
yeah,
show off the cover or whatever, because it's print. So I could just like grab that from Amazon or whatever, or they have their own um, library with images. I don't need the actual physical disc. It's more about the movies. And honestly, that's the vibe I'm on for this year. Is
yeah,
more about the movies and less about like what it is. Like honestly, I'm just gonna throw in something here for myself. So I posted something yesterday saying everybody brought this out for their top 10, and I finally picked this up. I picked up Hush,
hmm,
and I gotta keep it 100. I never saw it when it was on Netflix or whatever, so I watched it last night. I watched it down here in my home theater, and I loved it. It was great. And then I wanted to watch a shush cut, so I went upstairs and I told my wife, "When was the last time you watched a movie that made you want to turn around and watch it again?" She's like, "Oh, it's been a minute." I was like, "We're gonna watch this movie, but you're gonna watch the black and white version with me." And we watched it again. It's only like less than 90 minutes too. Let's hear it for 90-minute movies. But I'm more about the movie than the content itself
Yeah.
as far as like the physical media, because all that stuff is great. And if the movie sucks, I'm disappointed. So,
Well, that's like my top five that I have ready for you, and
oh,
I
okay.
feel like I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, "Really? That's your top five?" But it's the way it makes you feel. It's the
Yeah.
way that makes you, feel inside of what you just seen, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's something.
I have one more question here before we get to that top five and the five takes all together. But we have Mexifunk here saying, keep physical media alive. Yes,
Always,
always.
especially for you, man, because
I
you're
know.
making amazing art for physical
We
media.
want to see those commissions coming out for 2025, or just let me know privately because we get down like that. Okay, so my last question before we get into the five takes. This was something you were kind of lining up last year, and it was a question I had for you since the first time we were supposed to do this, so it comes full circle. But are you revising the 10,000 birthday bet in any way? Tell the
Revise,
people what that is and then answer the question. He's like, "What
revising.
is that?"
What is?
You had a bet for 10,000 followers.
Oh my god.
Now you remember. Tell the people what
Oh.
it's about.
So my friend decided to do a bet by the end of the year to get 10K followers. It was by the end of my birthday.
By your birthday.
Yeah, it wasn't by the end of the year. He made another bet by the end of the year, but I told him I wasn't making as much content as I was early in the year. And yeah, he wanted, what's it called, to do a bet for me to reach 10,000 followers on my birthday. And if I don't, I have to sell any movie that he wanted to pick from my collection. And he was trying to look at that Dogma Blu-ray that I found
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
dollar.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But then we came in an agreement. I just took him out to eat. We kind of just, but yeah, it was.
Steakhouse, Dogma Blu-ray sold.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I think right when I started that bet, everything slowed down on
Mm,
my content, like everything, and I was
you
like,
plateaued.
yeah, I was like not getting many views, not getting many followers. I was just like, something's going on. I don't know what it is, but I'm kind of stepping back for a bit.
Yeah. Well, I like that you have something planned for 2025 as far as like content. So definitely continue to follow if you haven't already. Definitely follow Movies with Leo because he has
Pitbull
some
shirt.
great stuff there. I was gonna throw on some Kaya Ilcho for you.
Someone just said Pitbull. That's why. uh,
Okay, so do you want to answer some of these questions that Stacy had? It is a
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
It don't
Let's
have to
let's
be rapid fire.
yeah, we
That's
can
for sure.
answer some questions.
Let's see. Oh my gosh. Favorite villains in a Steven Seagal action movie? Michael Caine, William Forsythe, Tommy. Oh, that's
Tommy Lee
too rough.
Jones.
Yeah, gotta go with Tommy Lee Jones. Best on-screen Susan Sarandon moment. Bull
I,
Durham. The whole
I don't know.
movie
I don't
for
know who
me.
that is.
Okay. Moving on. Would Paul Rudd be a good Waldo for Where's Waldo movie? I hope they never make it.
Yeah, me neither. But it would probably be the guy from The Boys, the skinny white guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He'll be a
If
good Waldo.
if they could de-age and alter facial prosthetics, would Adrian Brody be good for a Pee Wee Herman movie? Mm-mm.
No.
Leave Pee Wee to Pee Wee. What direction would you go in with the Where's Waldo? Keep it moving. Ooh, this is a good one. What's the holy grail in your collection, Leo?
Darkness Falls Blu-ray.
Ooh, ooh, that's good.
I found it for a dollar too as a pawn shop.
Oh, mine used to be the Thin Man Criterion Blu-ray, and I sold it.
I would show it, but it's a little far, but it's over there.
Um, and more Where Waldo. Let's skip over that. Uh, I know. What's your favorite Sandra Bullock movie?
Speed.
Good one. Me too. Excited for the new Naked Gun. Didn't know they were making one.
Yeah, it's Liam Neeson.
Have you seen Summer Rental with John Candy?
I have not.
It's coming out soon, I believe, on Kino. Check it out.
Yep.
Best 90s action movie.
Speed.
I was about to say there's too many to think of quickly. Favorite on-screen moments of Goldie Hawn. Wildcats,
I don't know who that is.
especially when she sings football at the end. Favorite Steve Martin 90s movie.
Steve Martin, 90s. I can't think of any.
Bowfinger.
Cheaper by the dozen, but that's not 90s.
Arnold or Stallone.
Stallone.
Yeah. Ooh, we went through these quickly. Best buddy cop action comedy.
Rush Hour.
Hot Fuzz. Because they make fun of bad boys too. Top 5 Tom Cruise. Just give me one. Drama.
Drama.
Yeah.
Ricky, whatever. Ricky Business, is that his name?
Oh, Risky Business. Yeah.
Risky Business, yeah.
Yeah. Either that or La Firm. All right. That was
The Firm is great.
Oh, one more. Better soundtrack. Menace to Society or Above the Rim? I'm Above the Rim. We got Afro Puffs on there. I'm Above the Rim.
I never seen Above the Rim, so Menace to Society.
Check it out. Tupac in it. Really good. Really good.
Okay.
All right. You ready for the 5 takes? After that rapid fire craziness.
What? I'm still trying to read the comments here.
Though. I didn't know that was a thing. All right, I got some questions. 5 takes. These are questions we ask at the end of every conversation, and we started off the way we do with number 1 every time. Name the film that made you fall in love with the movies.
Tremors.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell the story on that.
So my dad would always watch movies, and my first horror movie I ever saw with him was Nightmare on Elm Street. I was young. But he would always put Jurassic Park, Tremors, Home Alone, like the classics and stuff. But Tremors just kind of like got stuck with me because it was close to my birthday when it came out and stuff like that. And I love the practical work in that movie. I love the acting. Kevin Bacon, he's great. But then you see the second one, and it just continues the story of these worms. And you watch the third one, you have the ass blasters. Like it's just a movie that kind of just always stuck with me, and I love it. And I always go back to being the practical effects in that movie are incredible. Yeah. The acting is great. Yeah,
it's a little bit of a horror comedy too. The way the dialogue is.
And it's one of those movies I can put it on and I can watch the whole thing without even looking at my phone. It always catches my eye somehow. So
yeah. Oh man, that's another one I need to pull, but not tonight. Tonight is Rat Race.
Yes.
All right. This is the one you were waiting for. Number 2, name 5 of, not the 5 of your favorite films.
Wait, I did my 5. Speed.
Speed. We've mentioned it a few times.
I love Speed.
We love Sandra Bullock.
Action movies with my dad all the time. Just stuck with me. One of my favorite horror movies that I watched in theaters, Stay Alive.
You mentioned that before in one of your videos about movies you should watch because I told you so or something like that.
Yeah, this is such a great movie, and you definitely need a 4K or a Blu-ray for this, but yeah, Stay Alive was a great movie.
I got to check that out. Adding it to the letterbox.
Then we have I Am Legend.
Yes.
The dog scene, that alone, if you don't just
yeah.
Of course. Tremors.
There you go.
Got that Arrow video. And then I had to bring it out. We got White Chicks. Oh my God. Every time they put 1,000 miles, when they say tonight. I always say tomorrow, just just like in the movie.
I love
And
it.
if it's a movie that can make you laugh every time you watch it,
Hmm.
it's one of my favorites.
I like that. I like that. All right, number 3. Name a popular or classic movie that everybody loves, but you don't particularly like.
The Godfather.
Okay.
Also, I've never seen it, but I
So
try to
wait a
watch it.
minute. Hold up. Hold up. You are hating on a movie you've never seen?
Never, never
Why?
seen it.
No,
Uh,
no, not why you didn't see it, but why are you hating on it?
I just everyone's hype it up so much, and
There's
it's
so many
just
movies you could talk about though, like that. I could name you 10 of them right now that people overhype, but you gotta
yeah.
see it and make your own determination.
And my friend gave me for my birthday a whole collection. Then I
Mhm.
got, I think one of my TikTok followers gave me the 4K collection. I have them there. I have never seen them.
Bro,
I
spend
keep.
the weekend and just watch it.
I heard the wedding scene takes forever.
No, 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 don't listen to what anybody else says. Like, you
um,
gotta imagine there's somebody out there who loves Madam Web.
that is
There's
true.
someone in this chat that loves The Crow, the new one.
There's someone in this live that loves the white chicks.
Right. The whole thing is, what if somebody said, "Oh, that movie sucked. It was terrible," and you didn't take it upon yourself to watch it? You gotta watch The Godfather. I'm not saying watch all 3 movies because that's, like, almost 12 hours of your life you won't get back, but I'm saying
You know what?
watch it.
You know why I think I haven't seen it? I think it's because I'm not used to watching like gangster movies.
Mm,
Like I never seen Goodfellas. Maybe it's Scorsese, his
mhm.
movies. Like I
Yeah,
haven't seen The Irishman. I haven't seen like all those long gangster movies.
yeah.
And I got a feeling it's probably because of that. I just feel like
Hmm.
you have to sit there and kind of just if it ever comes to theaters, I would watch it in theaters. I feel like at home I have too much distractions and I really
Yeah.
can't. I can't sit through a
I
3 hour
wish you
movie
said
like
that 2
that.
years ago. I would have said, "Well, it's in theaters this weekend," but,
Yeah.
okay. And I can't even send you the digital codes. It makes no sense. You got the Blu-ray, you got the 4K. You got more than me.
And the thing is, I've taken the opportunity. I watched Halloween when the 2018 one came out in theaters. The
Mhm.
original, I've never had seen it, and I saw it in theaters because they were released.
Yeah.
I loved it, and those are the things that I feel like if I see it in theaters with no distractions, I could probably love that movie.
It's a different experience too, for sure. Okay.
Yeah,
You're forgiven. You're forgiven. Alright. So let's flip it. Number 4, name a critically hated movie, but you love it.
critically hated movie, but I love it.
Or one that just
I
like we were saying, people always say, "This sucks," but you're like, "I watched it. I liked it. It's good."
I love disaster movies,
Mhm.
so like you can probably say like 2012.
Yeah.
I love 2012, and I don't know if people hate on it or anything, but I thought it looked incredible.
I remember that movie, and that qualifies. It has a Rotten Tomato score of 40%, not that we go by that, but
Yeah,
5.8 on IMDb. So it's in that range. Critically panned, but you
but
liked it, and you have
Dragon
your
Ball
reason.
Z Evolution, fuck that movie, man.
Once again, you have your reasons for it, right?
Oh,
Oh, man. Okay.
yeah.
Let's see. For some reason, we have Waterworld entering the chat. I don't know. See, there you go. I hate 2012, so that's a great choice.
I love it. It's so good.
Everybody has one of those movies in their collection. If they're a physical media collector, they have that one movie that everybody, oh, this is terrible. Like, I don't know, I love it.
Yeah, I'll be more controversial, but the
Hmm.
last Airbender, I didn't mind. I didn't mind it.
No, I was too much a fan of the series. I
See, I
mm-mm.
never did watch the series when it came out.
Where is it? Oh, you probably can't see it. But up there, I think it was on the last Prime. Let me see. Can I aim it up? I'm just messing with my camera all night tonight. Let's see.
I have the collection
Uh,
on the TV show.
right there
Down there.
is the both shows, both Avatar and Legend of Korra. If you
Um,
get into Avatar, then you continue to Legend of Korra. But it's really, really, it's almost like you watch it and you're like, I want this to be a movie because of the way it is. And then the
how's
movie came
the
along and
how's the Netflix series?
excellent,
Okay.
excellent. I don't really buy TV series anymore. Like when it was DVD collecting dates, I did more of that. But these days, it has to be something really, really spectacular, something I want to watch again and again.
Hmm.
Like I've
Yeah.
never seen an episode of Twin Peaks, so I might pick that up next month.
Okay.
But this, I will watch again. I will watch Martin again. Things like that. So those
Yeah.
things I have.
Fresh Prince of Bel Air, man. I watch it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna watch episodes every night. My wife watches Golden Girls, so we're gonna
Yeah.
have like that stuff. She's a big I Love Lucy fan. We have that stuff, but yeah, I don't collect anything and everything when it comes to TV shows, but the really good ones I do, or the ones that stay with me. And it
Yeah.
seems like we can kind of communicate on that. If something stays with you,
Yes.
you want to come back and revisit it. Like
You
I
want?
could see you getting Heretic when it comes out because it
Oh,
stayed with you.
it's definitely a day one buy for me,
Yeah,
and it's definitely a movie that stays with you. Is definitely something you should own on physical
yeah,
because there's that's the best way to own it.
yeah. Just going back to your last answer, I think Dell wraps it up right there. Got to see it before you can hate it.
That is true. I'll watch it. I'll put it on
I,
my
I
list.
won't I won't be like, what's your favorite French movie, dude? But I will come back and say,
Did you watch?
Godfather, did you give it
Did
a chance?
you watch? I'll start making videos of me acting like the Godfather.
Yeah, there you
The
go. License
Godfather.
plate said fresh and there were dice in the mirror. Oh man, I want to thank you for coming on the conversation. This was fun. This was worth the wait. No
Took us a
dentist
while.
appointment tonight. With the teeth bothering you, and no sickness
Oh,
on my part, thank God.
dude,
But
it was like one thing after the other, and I was
yeah,
like, does he hate me for
no, no, not at
bailing
all,
so
not at
much?
all. The one thing about this, a lot of people they make their content by themselves. They make videos or they have live streams, Q&As and all that. So my whole thing is that my most of my stuff being a conversation relies on my guests. So I am totally flexible,
Mhm.
but I'm as quick to say I can't do it as my guests might. So no harm, no foul on either direction. Thank you,
Yeah,
Enrique. Thank you for joining us, and thank you
Enrique,
for the
thank you.
follow on IG as well. I saw that. Um, Talking about following, I'm just going to throw this up one more time. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure and follow Leo on Instagram. His reels are hilarious. What are you thinking about the ban if TikTok goes down?
I've slowly have departed from TikTok, so I kind of, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
And see, I was all ready to get into it, appeal to the young kids, and now it might not be here tomorrow. So I don't know what
Yeah.
to do.
Uh, Instagram. That's the way I'm trying to focus right now, and
Yeah,
maybe, yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. Let's see who else. Take care, Trini. Always good to see you, my man. Thank you, Dell. Great stream, great stream. Movie Hunter. Have a good night.
And they do not use the services. What?
Okay.
What's
Can't follow the guests. I do not use those services. Okay.
what services?
I guess Instagram. Orlando, my
Oh,
friend, we are looking forward to your fun turned into excellent artwork and commissions. My brother, thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
thank you for
Um,
being here, man. That's
I
you're
I
awesome.
have I have a hint. I think I know what one of your commissions are going to be for 2025, but I'll shoot you a text and we could
Have
talk
you
about it.
have you done an episode with him?
We did it for October, not of 2024, 2023.
I'm gonna
And
have to go
also
back and
Jake
watch that.
Jake had one too. Jake brought out all his all his steel books with Maxi Funk artwork on it. I was like, man, he's from around the way. We're gonna talk about New York.
There you
So
go.
he's a good brother. He really is. Gunji, good to see you, my man. Stay well as well. Um, Good night to you, Stacy. Laren, always good to see you, my friend. I have one more question. We're going to land it the way we always do. Let me get this out of here. Okay. 90s hip hop now. We're going to land it with number 5. Now that you've been through the conversation, number 5, who would you like to see me have a conversation with on this channel?
There is someone that comes to mind, and he's building his YouTube channel right
Mm-hmm.
now. His name is Andrew Valencia. His at on Instagram is AV Collecting.
I think,
He,
did he send you something for Christmas or something like that?
yeah, and he also has 2 books. He has written 2 books,
Okay.
two science fiction books, but he has a massive collection. He everything with Star Wars. He's right there.
Nice.
His name is AV Collecting on Instagram and TikTok, and I think it might be the same for YouTube. But Andrew Valencia.
Okay. I am writing it down because that's the only way I remember. And I'm going to give Movies with Leo the credit for making a reference. I'm using my old school keyboard so you could hear all the typing.
Who asked for me?
I did.
Oh, you did.
Everything is not a referral, but sometimes I do sneak in there. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know. The beautiful thing about Johnny. That's right. Who's Johnny watching? Oh, what's Johnny watching? Asked for you a while back.
Who's Johnny watching? Who's that?
Yeah, what's Johnny watching?
Okay.
But he told me that you were funny, so I think that was the first time I got put on to you was from
Okay.
Johnny. So
Yeah, there's a lot of amazing people on Instagram and TikTok that I
mhm.
would recommend, but I want to help a brother out. He wants to start his YouTube channel and start growing it, so maybe this
Yeah,
will help him.
I'll check it
Okay.
out and I'll reach out, and if you can help, hey, even better.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everyone again for coming and hanging out. Everyone who's checked it out on replay. If you like the content, go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. As we
Yes,
say, it's
follow him.
free.
He's amazing.
It's free and it doesn't cost you anything. It just helps us make more content. So that's how I
Yeah.
see it. If you're listening on the podcast, thank you for doing
Oh,
so. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's get some more followers that way as well. This
yes.
has
Thank
been
you for
fun.
listening with us tonight.
Oh no!
Wherever.
Do that again. Do that again with the.
Thank you for listening with us today. Wherever you're doing, driving, or just chilling at home. We appreciate you for being here.
That's his NPR voice, everyone. uh, Until next time, we want to thank you once again. Oh my gosh, look who pops in at the last minute. Benicio! What is up, my man? Bro, are you safe? Shout out to everyone in the
Oh, and
Cali
Cali.
area, LA, all the surrounding areas that are being affected by the fires. You're in our thoughts. We're sending you good, positive energy. Still
Yes.
my dude. Hopefully all is well with you and the fam. Happy New Year. I'm still saying it. It's the 8th of January. I'm still saying it to my people. Happy New Year. Um hit
Yes.
me up. Hit me up. Let's chat after this, okay?
Stay safe in Cali, guys. Stay safe.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Everyone, once again, thanks for checking us out. And as I always say, go watch a movie. Have a good night, everyone.